Shit.
Yo, I want y'all to watch this crazy shit here. This is from the podcast, The Danza Project, and an interview with Brittany Renner and Charleston White. This shit gets crazy. Here's some excerpts in fair use.
PJ just got an amazing contract. How does that make you feel as a woman knowing that's your baby father? What is
Almost 9 pounds, right?
Another NBA player.
Does that matter to you? Does that matter to you? Who had such a motherfucking opinion about me?
Wait,
Does
time
that
out.
matter?
It grew.
Hold on.
My opinion changed, but
Hold on.
Yeah, boy had a head like his daddy.
Ma'am.
Yeah, boy had a head like his daddy.
Yeah, money. Let me tell you something. I can't be bought. That's what all these people in the chat can't seem to understand. They think I can't be bought. They think that it's just about money. It's just whatever. It's the highest bidder. I believe in true love.
I heard her say that. But you
I
know,
said
we
it
can
100 fucking times.
Hey, listen.
Hello?
Hey, listen now, listen.
Listen to what I fucking say. Shut the fuck up when a real bitch is talking.
Okay.
Shut up. Okay. I tried to force something that wasn't mine. That wasn't my person, and that's okay. He's sitting over there, motherfucking. Shut the fuck up.
Oh shit.
Shut up. Shut the fuck up when I'm talking.
That's peripheral.
Shut up.
That's peripheral.
Seriously, shut the fuck up when I'm talking. Because if you ever felt real love to where you have a motherfucking second-degree tear, hello?
Wait.
He didn't mean it.
Hello?
He didn't mean it.
Shit.
Hello? You don't know what it's fucking like.
I need you to be kind and respectful to my guest. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I did nothing for that. Wait a minute. She's running.
Alright, fair use on any footage that I used in this video that I do not own. But thanks for joining me once again. So, I guess if you haven't seen this already at some capacity, I bet you're wondering, what did you just watch? Here's what I witnessed, the way I perceive it. As I'm watching this on other platforms, by the way. Women can do anything they want to men, clearly. Whether it was the men trying to be gentlemen or in utter discomfort and fear for what was happening in real time, the fact of the matter is that whenever a woman gets upset, whenever hoes are mad, the men in the vicinity should beware. Remember, there was a situation a few weeks back where rapper YK Osiris tried to give a kiss to Super Thought Sukiana, and the internet melted, putting old Suki now in victimhood status with some fake outrage on the side. Many called to cancel YK Osiris for assault on a helpless individual. Keep in mind that this is the same Sukiana who twerked on a 10-year-old boy in a music video. But let's reiterate that again, women can do anything they want in a society built by men. Chew on that for a little bit. Now, Brittany Renner is not an innocent by any stretch. This is a person that would come to social media just to tell her would-be thought followers to groom young athletes to get the bag, which is kind of what she did to PJ Washington and many people's perception. And for the most part, men blame PJ for PJ's mistakes in impregnating an apparent gold digger with the info young men are being provided with these days, especially guys, legends that played the sport that PJ Washington played as well, trying to advise him. PJ should have known better than to believe that he was somehow the exception to the rules. It's never that simple, homie. Now, Charleston White, I'm not the biggest fan of someone who trolls and antagonizes people and then turns around and doxes people just to snitch. He does all that. And then he pepper sprayed a guy during a fight promo. So he knows how to get someone off of him. Someone putting their hands on him without permission, as the guy did push him. But he thought that situation called for pepper spray. So we got another person in the situation that knows better. And shout out to the Danza Project for this interview. Fair use again. Miss Renner should have understood why she will be questioned continuously about PJ Washington. She has a child by the man, and she should be beyond being triggered by live comments from no-face viewers. And popular belief is she finessed Mr. Washington based on her past rantings and actions. She starts going off about what she went through to give birth, gaining 50 pounds and had a 2-inch tear in her lower extremities, which in my opinion is a small price to pay for a parent grooming, but that's her reputation. She made her bed, now she should sleep in it. Assaulting the men in the studio by throwing water bottles, giving out unsolicited lap dances, and throwing water on folks is definitely not the answer to her problems on whatever meltdown she was having. Also, let's keep in mind that Charleston White is a married man. I'm sure his wife was very, very pleased with Mrs. Renner's actions. Sarcasm. The lesson here is no one should be touching anyone without their consent. Should Brittany Renner face consequences for this? If Mr. White or anyone at the Dancer Project wanted to make her responsible, I'm sure they could. Here's the thing. Men and women are different. Physically, mentally, psychologically, etc., etc. Most men would actually be afraid of the social ramifications of accusing a woman of assaulting them, especially of a sexual nature. We're supposed to alpha our way through that. I've even seen a couple of posts about this, like somehow Charleston White was renting just because Brittany Renner hopped in his lap. Sure. A married man receiving an unsolicited lap dance from a thought. Tell me about it. Tell me how that's winning. This woman needs some help, period. And we, especially us men, should not encourage any touching without consent. Imagine if that was a man throwing shit in a room full of female podcasters and grinding his crotch on one of the women on the set in the process. It would have incurred the wrath of the social media feminist movement, opportunistic simps with their egregious virtue signaling, and decent people who would have said that shit was wrong for that man to do, which it would have been. But let's just all just admit that the level of accountability that men face versus the level that women face has a huge disparity. Again, men and women are different. Yes, indeed. But again, it just seems like women at this stage in the game can do whatever they want. Like, period. There's too many potent examples that people ignore. And the mindset definitely has to change. I mean, all of it's wrong. So, do y'all agree or do you disagree? Let me know what you think in the comments. And, I know there's some guys out there that their number one chief fantasy is to have Brittany Renner jump all over him like that genuinely, in wanting his sausage or whatever. But that wasn't genuine at all. That wasn't some type of sexual shit she was trying to initiate. She was being a bitch. She even calls herself a bitch in this. So, hey, I don't want to hear all that shit about disrespect. So, yeah, but who am I at the end of the day? But, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, and care we trust. Thanks for watching.